Away from politics, former Kenya Power Managing Director Ken Tarus is a free man. This after the Milimani Anti-Corruption Court allowed the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nordin Haji, to drop fraud charges leveled against Tarus following an application by the office of the DPP to do so due to lack of sufficient evidence. As David Mudhoka reports, Tarus walks scot-free at a time when several other suspects charged in high-profile cases have seen their cases withdrawn by the DPP, largely over lack of evidence, decisions that have continued to put the spotlight on the DPP.
In a ruling she made today morning, Anti-Corruption Magistrate Elizabeth Juma paved the way for the withdrawal of fraud charges leveled against former Kenya Power Managing Director Ken Tarus in response to an application made by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nordin Haji. In the application, the Office of the DPP had recommended the release of Tarus after failing to find any offense committed by the former Kenya Power Managing Director in the loss of up to 159 million shillings through and procedural hiring of pre-qualified labor and transport services at the country's largest power distributor. Citing Section 87A of the Civil Procedure Code, Magistrate Juma said the court cannot compel the office of the DPP to proceed with the case if it had reached a decision not to. Juma, however, ruled that a case in which 8 other people had been charged alongside the former Kenya Power MD will proceed to its conclusion. Tarus breathes a sigh of relief months after his predecessor at Kenya Power, Ben Chumo, similarly walked scot-free. Chumo had been charged with the loss of up to 400 million shillings at Kenya Power through the procurement of alleged faulty transformers before the office of the DPP applied to withdraw the case. The court was informed that police officers had failed to investigate areas that were weak in the case, resulting into lack of sufficient evidence to nail Chumo. Around the time of Chumo's release, several other high-profile cases, some involving close associates of President William Ruto, were also withdrawn by the office of the DPP, mainly over insufficient evidence. They include a 7.4 billion shilling graft case against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, a 19 million shilling corruption case against Public Service and Gender Cabinet Secretary Aisha Jumwa, as well as a 1.1 billion shilling fraud case against former NHIF CEO Geoffrey Mwangi. The back-to-back withdrawals in just a span of months have continued to put the spotlight on DPP Nordin Haji for letting several high-profile cases involving the loss of billions and billions of public funds remain unsolved. However, DPP Haji has time and again thrown the blame to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and especially the tenure of former DCI boss George Kinoti for presenting half-baked cases to his desk. David Mudhoka, KTN